Daniel Miller was the kind of man everyone admired from the outside. He wore sharp suits, had a well-paying corporate job, and always seemed busy. But beneath the surface, Daniel was trapped in the race against time. Every morning was the same, alarm ringing, rushing out of bed, sipping coffee while scrolling through emails, and running out the door before his wife could even say good morning. His young daughter, Emily, often tugged at his sleeve asking, "Daddy, can you stay a little longer?" But Daniel always had the same reply, "Not now, sweetheart. Daddy's busy, maybe tomorrow." One Friday morning, Emily had her school play. She had been rehearsing for weeks, excited to see her father in the audience. She begged him to come. Daniel promised he'd try, but when the day arrived, his boss scheduled an urgent meeting. He chose work. When Daniel came home late that evening, Emily sat quietly on the couch in her costume, clutching the flowers she was supposed to give him after the play. Her eyes glistened with disappointment. "You said you'd come, Daddy," she whispered before turning away. Daniel felt a pang in his chest, but quickly silenced it with excuses. "I'll make it up to her later. There's always another time." What he didn't realize was that time doesn't pause, and moments once lost never return. The following Monday, Daniel rushed out of his apartment, briefcase in one hand, phone in the other. His mind was already in the office, planning presentations and deadlines. As he cut across the city park, something unusual caught his attention: an old man sitting alone on a wooden bench. His clothes were worn, his hands trembling as he struggled to tie his shoelace. Dozens of people hurried past him, too busy to notice, or maybe too busy to care. Daniel slowed down. For reasons he couldn't explain, his heart tugged at him. He glanced at his watch. He was already late. Still, he sighed and walked toward the old man. Kneeling down, Daniel gently tied the shoelace. The old man looked at him with weary eyes and a faint smile. His voice cracked with age as he whispered, "Thank you, son. Most people don't stop anymore." Daniel smiled politely, ready to leave, but the old man gripped his hand tightly and said words Daniel would never forget. "Time is the only thing we can't buy back. Don't waste it. Use it wisely, on people you love." Daniel froze, stunned by the weight of the words. He nodded, muttered a quick goodbye, and rushed off, but the old man's voice echoed in his mind long after he left. That evening, Daniel received a call from a number he didn't recognize. On the other end was a woman from the local community center. She explained that the old man he had helped that morning was Mr. Harris, a retired school teacher. With a heavy tone, she told Daniel that Mr. Harris had passed away peacefully in his sleep that very afternoon. Daniel sat in silence, the phone pressed against his ear. His heart sank. He had only exchanged a few words with the man, but it felt as though life had sent him a message through him. The teacher's final words replayed in his mind: "Time is the only thing we can't buy back." That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He thought about his daughter's disappointed face, the countless family dinners he had missed, the birthdays and anniversaries he had brushed aside, all sacrificed for a career that didn't hug him back at the end of the day. For the first time in years, Daniel felt something break inside him, the realization that he had been living but not truly alive. The next morning, Daniel woke up early. Instead of reaching for his phone, he reached for his daughter's hand. Emily was still asleep, her small fingers curled into a fist. He kissed her forehead gently. That afternoon, Emily had another school event, this time a poetry recital. Daniel cleared his schedule. He told his boss he wouldn't miss it for anything. When Emily walked on stage nervously, her eyes scanned the crowd. For a second, she looked disheartened, expecting her father's usual absence. But then, there he was. Daniel sat in the front row, clapping and smiling. Her face lit up. She read her poem with more confidence than ever before, her voice steady, her eyes glancing toward her father every few lines. When it ended, Daniel stood up, clapping louder than anyone else. Tears blurred his vision as Emily ran straight into his arms afterward, hugging him tightly. "You came, Daddy," she whispered, her voice trembling with joy. That night, instead of staying late at the office, Daniel cooked dinner with his wife, laughed at Emily's stories, and even called his aging parents just to say he loved them. For the first time in years, his home was filled with warmth instead of silence. Weeks turned into months, and Daniel began to live differently. He still worked hard, but he no longer let work consume every moment. He learned to pause, to notice, to give time to the people who mattered most. One evening, while walking in the park hand in hand with Emily, Daniel shared his thoughts with her. His voice was soft, filled with newfound wisdom. "Sweetheart, Do you know what the most powerful gift in the world is? Emily tilted her head, curious. Money. Daniel shook his head, smiling. No, it's time. Money lost can always be earned back, but time, once it's gone, it never returns. That's why we have to spend it wisely on love, on kindness, on the people who truly matter. Emily thought for a moment and then hugged his arm tightly. I'm glad you're spending time with me, Daddy. Daniel's heart swelled. He looked at the sky painted in shades of orange and pink, realizing how precious each second was. The old man's words had changed his life forever. The story ends with Daniel holding his daughter's hand as they walk home together, the city fading into the background. He no longer measured his worth in deadlines or paychecks, but in laughter, hugs, and moments that could never be replaced. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Daniel's story reminds us that time is the greatest currency we own, and unlike money, it can never be earned back once spent. Every missed hug, every delayed I love you, every postponed moment of kindness is gone forever. But when we choose to be present, when we give our time to the people who matter, we create memories that last far longer than wealth or success ever could. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't keep pushing love and life into tomorrow. Live today, love today, be present today, because the power of time lies not in how much of it we have, but in how we choose to spend it. And if you spend it on love, kindness, and connection, you will never regret a single second.